Our names are Cashel Davis,
Yagnik,
Dmitri,
Trevor,
and Brendan.
and we are 8th graders from the Ipswich Middle School. In our language arts class, groups are chosen to discuss a social issue going on in the world. Our group chose GMOs, which are genetically modified organisms, which are when the genes of another organism are mixed with the genes of another organism. So two different plants or animals or anything are combined together. So we researched individual subtopics. So I did health issues. Yagnik kind of just came in. Dmitri did
GMO labeling.
I did how and why they're made.
I did what they are and how they affect the environment.
So this Tiger Talk is all about GMOs, so we hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
A GMO is when you mix the DNA of one plant or animal with a different plant or animal.
Before we begin our research, we believe that GMOs had a negative impact on both health and the environment. But as we progressed through our paper, we realized that GMOs really aren't that bad. According to Scott Jewell, he told a story of one of his relatives who was a farmer. He has a field where he placed down a fertilizer. When he placed the fertilizer down, it ran to the bottom of this brook at his farm, and it began to become very contaminated. It was all filthy, dirty, had algae and everything. So when he stopped using the fertilizer, he started using a genetically modified corn, which pretty much brought his brook back to life. So the fish, birds, and the wildlife are now back, and he was able to completely fix his environment by using a genetically modified corn. This is just one example of how GMOs had a positive impact on this farmer's crops and the environment.
With the two same flavors. GMOs are also made for a multitude of reasons. You can either get a better flavor, a new shape, a new size, even a new color. It's really just for the public appeal.
Whether you think GMOs are dangerous or not, it's important to know how to recognize when a food contains genetically modified ingredients, or when it does not. One way to avoid GMOs is to find foods that have been labeled as non-GMO by the Non-GMO Project. The Non-GMO Project is actually a non-profit organization that provides some information about GMOs and also verifies companies who want to offer non-GMO foods to consumers. If you don't think that GMOs are bad for your health, but you want to still eat healthier, there's plenty of things you can do. Have you ever seen the label in the store USDA Organic? That's an important thing to look out for. It means that the food was produced without using most of the toxic pesticides that's sprayed on conventional food. Many studies have shown that pesticides do make their way into the food you eat, so buying organic produce is worth it a lot of the time. Additionally, growing your own food or buying produce from local farmers is an excellent idea. Both of these options ensure that you know where your food is coming from and are generally healthier for you overall. To wrap things up, I encourage you to keep an open mind and research more about GMOs and being healthier in general.
Are GMOs really worth it? Thank you for watching, and we hope you learned something new about genetically modified organisms.